In your 20s, you chase money. In your 30s, you chase success. But after 40, you finally realize that both can collapse if they were built on the wrong foundation. This is the story of a man who learned the hard way that wealth is not built by effort, but by understanding. His name was Alex. But this story could be any of us after 40. Part 1. The mistakes that built him. Alex wasn't born into money. He was built by broken attempts. He opened gyms, worked 14-hour days, hustled harder than anyone around him, but money didn't grow. Stress did, and every time a plan collapsed, he blamed himself. But over time, the failures whispered the truth. Hard work builds muscles, not wealth. The gyms closed, the debts piled up, his pride cracked, but his clarity sharpened. He finally saw the equation. Effort equals to leverage activity, equals to progress. Motion equals to success. And most importantly, what you don't know costs far more than what you don't have. Part 2. The question that saved him. One night, buried in bills, Alex asked himself the question that changed his life. Not, how can I earn more, but how can I help more at scale? That question flipped his world. Instead of building a business that depended on him, he learned to build systems that didn't depend on anyone. He realized jobs die, systems live, value scales, skill compounds. He stopped trying to be the strongest worker and started becoming the smartest designer. Slowly, the tide shifted, not because he worked harder, but because he worked wiser. Part 3. The books that changed. Thousands years later, with real scars and real success, Alex wrote down the very lessons that once broke him. His books were not business manuals. They were maps. Blueprints written with sweat, fear, failure, and eventual clarity. People didn't buy them to get rich. They bought them to understand themselves. Each chapter was a mirror showing them where they wasted effort, where they lacked leverage, where their foundation was weak, and each reader built their own ladder out of his mistakes. Alex didn't build an empire. He built a lighthouse, one bright truth at a time. Part 4. The machine that never stops. Alex discovered the real secret of wealth. Money grows when value becomes a system. Once he stopped trading hours for dollars, his life changed. His rule was simple. Make your offer so good, saying no becomes impossible. His knowledge became fuel. His generosity became the spark. And by teaching others how to build wealth, he planted a forest. Even though he started with only one tree, the man who once worked alone now created opportunity for thousands. Not because he wanted followers, but because he wanted freedom. Part 5. The true wealth. After 40 people called him rich. But if you asked Alex, he would say, my wealth isn't in my bank. It's in the people who grew because of me. And that is the truth we learn after 40. Money fades, wisdom compounds, value echoes, impact returns with interest. His fortune wasn't printed, it was felt in the lives he changed. His legacy wasn't gold, it was clarity. So when you see someone rise, don't envy the success. Study the foundation, study the discipline, study the wisdom behind the wealth. Because coins follow clarity, not the other way around. And if this story brought you peace or perspective, let Sage the Owl walk with you.